Thinking Aloud. Conversations on the leading edge of knowledge and discovery with psychologist Jeffrey Mishlove.
There are things about Ingo Swann that seem to defy our conventional understanding of a psychic, clairvoyant, intuitive. We're really talking about, in some level, a multidimensional being.
We're all multidimensional, every single one of us. And I think really what he was attempting to show all of us in a very logical, step-by-step kind of way. I mean, he broke it down into its tiniest units. I mean, little sub-quantum particles, I guess. And trying to break it down as far as it would go, say, this is how sensory perception works. Slow it down. Don't try to think it out. Don't try to feel it. Just the sensations. And he kind of walked us through so that we would understand when you get to those really what you might call crazy places of dimensional travel, there's a way to backtrack it, to understand it, reverse engineer it, and go back there again. Because we all live in that matrix.
So did Ingo give you instruction that helped you to expand your own psychic functioning?
Yeah, in his own really bizarre way. He did, and I mean, I really loved Ingo. He was a very important person to me, and this might sound really peculiar, but he was sort of like a father figure to me. And he would be the last person in the world you would imagine to be a father figure, but he really was, and he really did. He cared a lot. He was a very, very gentle soul, even though he bitched and complained about anybody and everything all the time, and I got to hear it. I got to hear about all the different individuals that you, I'm sure, know in the field, and I got to hear the other sides on all of them. Yeah,
I know he worked with many of the great parapsychologists of his day.
Yeah. He would sit and complain to me that, you know, he would have a steady stream of scientists, Nobel Prize winners, and, you know, the top academics in and out of his office, and he said they're all idiots. They don't know what they're talking about. They have no clue what I'm talking about, which for the most part is kind of true. That's what I've been discovering.
Yeah.
And I think the most important thing that he helped me with was understanding the importance of relying on pure sensory perception. Starting out with the five senses, but certainly you can expand now onto many, many senses. You know, we have at least, it's considered we have at least 21. That's generally accepted. You can get up to easily 40 or 50, and I predict we're going to have probably hundreds in the near future that we're going to be able to document, and that's thanks to Ingo.
Well, I mean, normally, yeah, if you try to define a new sense, it's nice to come up with an organ. Like, I know we have our taste and our smell and touch and sight and hearing, and but for other senses, it's not clear what the organs are except for maybe the nervous system itself or the body itself.
My theory on that is that our brain is a type of a sensory organ. And in particular, what we call the imagination is the way that our brain translates sensory information that's coming in through a non-sensory organ in you know, wave format or whatever. It's translating it into sensory language so we understand ourselves about our environment.